I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for coming. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about employees that are getting fired from their corporate jobs without warning. I've put videos together so that you can watch, and I'll be back to share my thoughts.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry-level work as a senior-level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that number one, his job is essential, and number two, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized. We're not allowed, right? We're not allowed. That's part of it. We'll get fired because at least in this corporate world, they're always going to side on the side of business because that's what's making the government money. This world right now is not supporting people. It is supporting business. You are just a number, unfortunately. So please prepare yourself for shit like this. I wish I would have. I wish I'd been applying to other jobs months ago. I just was so dumb to not realize the signs. I want to talk about it. I think people need to talk about it. I think we need to make this more public. We all saw the jobs report. It was awful. Getting laid off on the day that the jobs report goes out, and it's 22,000 instead of 75,000 new jobs. You know how discouraging that is? If you know of anything in the marketing space, let me know. Use my comments as a way in which to maybe trauma dump. I don't care, vent. I'm here for you guys. I can't believe this, and I'm really sorry if you're going through this too. Here for you.
300,000 Black women have been laid off in the last 90 days just in 2025. This conversation we're about to have is very urgent and it needs to be talked about. I read an article from wbcollective.org that stated that Black women typically go into healthcare, government, and education, which have been considered very safe job sectors for us. Under the new administration and all these budget cuts, we have been absolutely affected the most. I don't think this is the time for us to be selling Black women courses or telling them to go back to school because a lot of them have families to take care of and they need support right now. So we need to be looking at ways that we can support all these women that have been laid off. If you are at a job and you're willing to refer a woman, please do so. If you are willing to help funding with them to get their business off of the ground, please do so. My name is Kina. I'm the co-founder of a tech organization. I have also been pushed out of corporate America at one point and decided to branch out on my own here in Chicago. So if you'd like to follow along for that journey, you can find me at NUCORD, and we create community for adults and students looking to break into tech. See you later.
I got laid off from my corporate job, my first corporate job, about 6 months ago. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months prior to that. They let us know that there would be layoffs, but never mentioned exactly when that was happening. They were very strategic with this entire process. And then it finally happened at the end of February. And now, today, they announced that they would be laying off 900 people tomorrow. I don't know what's worse, working for months knowing that you could potentially not have a job, or finding out today that tomorrow you could potentially not have a job. While the CEO is working from his remote office where he lives in Southern California. This company is such a joke, and I feel so bad for my old coworkers who are still there that are probably spiraling out of control right now because they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But that just goes to show that your company, the company that you work for, doesn't give a shit about you. You're disposable. So make sure you are prioritizing yourself and like not giving all of you to a company who could easily just get rid of you.
It is confirmed. My company just sent out an email that they are laying off a large group of people tomorrow morning. In case you're new here, I was laid off in March this year. It took me 6 months to find a new job. Got a new job 7 weeks ago, and now this new job has announced hundreds of layoffs. What am I supposed to do here? Is this like a last one in, first one out situation? Is it like get rid of all the like highest paid people? Is it like keep the new hires because they were hired under a secret pretense of like knowing that these layoffs would be coming, and so we like definitely want the new people? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not even eligible for my corporate benefits. That's how little time I've been at this new job. I'm not even eligible for PTO. I'm not eligible for medical benefits yet. I still have a week to go. You're telling me that I might get laid off before I even get a chance to sign up for that shit? Part of me is like, you can't control any of this, so just move forward, business as usual until it's not. And the other side of me is like, no, we care deeply about this and this will affect our life, and we need to dive deep into every possible scenario over the next 24 hours. It's also weird because like they told us that the people who will be impacted by layoffs will be notified tomorrow morning, but now we just have like a day of work, and I'm like, so we're all just gonna keep working today? I just feel like if you're gonna lay hundreds of people off, like, do it. Just do it. Just do it now. Okay, well, I guess I'll just like get to work, assuming that the shit I'm doing actually matters, because it might not.
I got laid off yesterday and I'm literally shaking talking about this. I really debated whether or not I was going to even post about this, and I decided ultimately that this was probably a journey that I should share with you guys, especially because of the macroeconomic environment right now. There are a lot of layoffs happening, so if you have gone through a layoff recently, I'm right there with you. Majority of yesterday to obviously process what had happened, especially because it came out of nowhere. Absolutely no warning was provided. A meeting was just put on my calendar the day of for 3:30, and my manager and HR hopped on the call and they literally said, we're gonna have to let you go. We're tightening some things up. Surprisingly, I did not cry. It was obviously very disappointing, but honestly, I had felt like I was not in the right place for the majority of the past year that I had been in this job, but I had been pretty much trying to force it, and I think the universe was definitely just saying, Grace, it is time for you to move on. I also definitely had an identity crisis. If you guys know me, you know that I take a lot of pride and joy in my ability to be a really hard worker and a good worker as well. In the company that I was at previous to this company, I was a top performer. I literally closed 100% of my deals. Like, a big part of my identity, it does lie in being really good at my job. And I'm realizing that that's probably something that I should work to take out of my identity, because at the end of the day, we are so much more than our jobs. There is a saying that basically says, if a flower is not blooming, you don't change the flower, you move the environment that it's in. And I think the reason that I'm able to take this so calmly is because I know that something really amazing is about to come my way. I think that if something similar has happened to you, it's really important right now for you not to take this personally. It is not your fault if a company is not able to effectively manage their finances or has overhired or any other issues that ultimately trickle down to you being let go from the company. And I think that this is an important lesson that all of us are learning this year, and I'm definitely seeing a trend in all types of employees taking a lot of ownership in maintaining work-life balance and making sure that their job doesn't take up a majority of their life, which I personally love. If you guys have been following me in the past 2 months, you know that I have been taking a lot of intentional action to make sure that I'm building a consistent and disciplined lifestyle that aligns with the type of woman that I want to be. And this was just another aligned action that I unfortunately was not expecting at all to come my way. But I guess now I can look at it as a pleasant surprise. When something like this happens in your life and it makes you feel like you have officially hit rock bottom, you have a pivotal choice to make in this type of moment. You have the ability and the freedom in this moment to make a choice that comes next that will put you either in the right direction that you're supposed to go or keep you stagnant. I know I'm personally taking the next few days to really reflect on what I want for the rest of my life and make sure that whatever opportunity I take next really aligns with what I know I'm supposed to do. I'm really excited to see what comes next. I actually already have a couple of opportunities lined up, which I'm super grateful for, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm making the right decision for whatever comes next, because this past decision that I made obviously was not the best one that I should have taken on, but we live and we learn, and I'm super excited because I feel like the world is my oyster at this point. Like, I have the freedom to be able to make a really, really important decision, and that's not something that I'm taking lightly in any way. I will be sharing about this process because I think that it helps to be able to share and be able to connect with people who are also going through it. So if you are also going through something like this, feel free to send me a message. Let's talk about it. I've been talking with so many people over the past day and it has helped a lot. So if anything, make sure that you reach out to your support system and do not try to take on this alone. It is very important for you to be supported, especially during a time like this.
Guys, so that's the video. I'm just going to share a few thoughts and opinions that I had. Many people thought that having a corporate job meant security, stability, and steady paychecks. But in today's world, that promise is slowly disappearing. More and more employees are waking up to sudden emails, unexpected meetings, or quick calls from HR telling them that they no longer have a job. No warning, cut off from their income. The shocking part is how fast it happens. One day you're sitting at your desk working on a big project, and the next day your access card doesn't work. Some employees only find out when they cannot log into their work emails. The companies don't always explain clearly why they're letting people go. They just say words like reconstructing, budget cuts, but for the worker, it feels like betrayal. This trend has become very common across many industries: technology, finance, healthcare, even education. No sector is completely free. Corporations are using terms like downsizing or cost saving, but to the worker, it just means losing a roof over their head, losing their healthcare, and facing financial stress that they didn't expect. The mental effect of these sudden firings is heavy. Imagine giving years of your life to a company, working late nights, skipping time with family, and always being available. Then, without even a thank you, you are replaced or removed. Many workers describe it as a cold experience, where they felt like just a number on a spreadsheet and not a human being. What makes it worse is how little warning is given. Some companies don't even allow workers to park their desks in peace. Security is called, and employees are asked to leave the building immediately. It's humiliating, and it shows how little respect some companies have for the people who help build their business. This sudden unemployment comes at the worst time possible. Bills still need to be paid, children still need school fees, and loans don't just disappear without warning. A stable life can collapse. People who thought they were safe and suddenly looking for jobs in this crowded job market has made many workers live in fear. Even if you are employed today, you never know what tomorrow might bring. The pressure is high, and the trust between companies and employees is breaking down. Workers are slowly starting to realize that the loyalty to a company does not guarantee loyalty. Countless stories are being shared. People are posting about being fired through emails or even through automated systems. Some say they gave decades to one company and were let go in a matter of minutes. The comments under these posts are filled with shock, anger, and also fear from others who think they could be next. While some companies blame the economy, rising costs, or artificial intelligence for replacing human work, many employees feel these reasons don't tell the full story. They still see CEOs taking home huge bonuses, shareholders making all the profits, while ordinary workers are still struggling to survive. This has sparked discussions about workers' rights, unions, and the need for stronger protections. Shouldn't employees at least be given a fair notice before being let go? Shouldn't there be safety nets to help people land on their feet instead of falling into sudden unemployment? These are questions more people are asking every day. At the same time, workers are looking for new ways to protect themselves. Some are starting side businesses, freelancing, or investing in skills that allow them to work independently. The fear of sudden firing is pushing many to build up backup plans so they are not fully dependent on a single employer. This shift in the job board is showing us that the old idea of job security is fading. The modern worker has to stay alert, always learning and prepared for unexpected change. It is a tough reality, but it is becoming normal in many parts of the world. For those that have already been fired, it is not only just about losing a job, it's about losing a sense of identity, losing the daily income and the daily routine, sometimes even losing confidence. Recovering from that takes time, but many are finding strength in community, in sharing stories, and in reminding each other that they are not alone. The truth is, no one deserves to be treated like they are disposable. Workers are human beings with families, dreams, and needs. Companies that forget that are showing their true values. The question is, how long will employees accept this kind of treatment before demanding real change? As more people speak out, it becomes clear that sudden firings are not just about business. They are about respect, fairness, and the future of work itself. And the conversation is only beginning.